Hello everybody and welcome to the penultimate race of the 2023 Samsung Offline Racing League. We are here at the Nashville Super Speedway in Gladeville, Tennessee for the second last race of the season, and we've got a lot going on here in this last race of the second last race of the year. After tonight, we're going to whittle the field down just a little bit more. Coming into this race, we've got a third of the field, 14 drivers that are still mathematically eligible for the title, but some have significantly better chances than others. That's an understatement. But this one's it's going to be interesting because we've got three drivers within a race of the championship, and we'll see. I'll have to keep an eye out on the other drivers who. And we'll go through them here just before we get to the race and the starting lineup and all that kind of stuff. It'll be interesting to see how these guys go, particularly the ones that are currently a race or more behind. Everyone from really 4th down to 14th will be ones to watch. And of course, the three main combatants at the moment will also be keeping an eye on as well, as they kind of start a bit further back than I reckon all three of them would have wanted. So this one will be interesting. I'm really, really looking forward to Nashville. Last time we were at Nashville, only time we've been to Nashville, it was an entertaining race, and I doubt this one will disappoint as well. So looking forward to this. We'll get to the point standings and the starting line. So we'll go through all 14. We normally go through top 10, but we'll go through all 14 here. Dominic Anthony is the championship leader in the number 39. No matter what happens to him tonight, he will be competing for the championship next week. He leads the championship by 12 points over Nicholas Samadillo. These two guys have been going back and forth over the last, I want to say, maybe 4 or 5 races. It's been quite entertaining to watch between these two. It's been swapping, I swear, every other race. And, well, they both start a bit further back. Dominic Anthony starts 32nd, so a long way back for him. And Nicholas Samadillo starts in 23rd. So those two main championship combatants looking to move their way through the field. Nashville's a racetrack that it can be hard to move your way, through the field. So we'll keep an eye on them, see how they go tonight. Henrik War, 44 points behind. He's the other driver that's within a race at the championship lead. 44 points behind. He starts 16th, and he's been in good form recently. He's finished in the top 10 the last 3 or 4 races, so he's been doing a very nice job in the number 71. Of course, he is a teammate to Dominic Anthony, so the Gifford Technologies cars doing an excellent job to this point. And Guo starting the highest of those 3 drivers at 16th in this one. We'll see what he could do from there. And then everyone else is a race or more behind. Thomas Troxel, I don't know what's happening to him in qualifying, but he starts 41st. So back row of the grid. He's 90 points behind, so he's needs to gain approximately 5 points. The mark that you probably need to be mathematically still alive is 85 points, because 86 is the most you can get for a win. But tie breaks come into effect and all that. So 85 points. Troxel needs to gain about 5. He's 90 points behind coming into this one, but he's got a lot of work to do from 41st. Braden Perez in the number 92, he's ironically 92 points behind. He needs to gain about 7 points in this one. And he starts from the 8th position. So he's actually got a really good starting spot in the number 92. A really good chance for him to score some big points tonight. Same for Joseph Wright. He is 6th in the championship. He's 108 points behind. So it's a bit more difficult for him. But he starts 9th. Decent starting spot for him. And of course, he is the teammate to Samadillo. So the NS Racing cars are looking to get 2 cars in the final race to be mathematically alive. And then really for Echo Evans Ross as well could kind of go in that same boat. She's 113 behind, but she starts from 30th. John Stewart, who's done a great job this year, he's up to 8th in points. He's moved his way through the field quite nicely there in the championship. He's up to 8th in points, which is the highest he's been all year. He's 117 behind. He starts from 33rd, so he has a lot of work to do as well. Alejandro Cruz, 120 back. Remember, he led the points after Chicagoland. He won that race at Chicagoland. It's all kind of fallen apart for him since then. He's 9th in points, 120 behind. He starts from 12th, so decent starting spot. If he wins, he'll be alive for championship, you would thought, depending on the results of the others, you would think. His teammate Paul-Antoine Sears, 121 behind. He starts from 31st, so he's got a lot of work to do as well. Brandon Beal is starting from 24th. He's 126 behind. Owen Miles is on the front row of the grid in the BMW number 2. He is 12th in points, 140 back. So, we're starting to get to the point where it's not likely for, these guys. A lot needs to go right. And then Eli Bright and Brad Stover, 13th and 14th in points respectively, start 38th and 21st respectively. And those two guys probably need to win both of the last two races and have Anthony and Samadeo really, really struggle. And Henrik War for that matter as well. So those are the drivers still mathematically alive. We'll keep an eye on them throughout the race. And we'll get this show on the road. The starting lineup, we'll go through the top 10. Will Parrish, who looked set for victory at Darlington last week. And then he hit the wall off of turn 2 and finished second. Tough break for him, but he's looking to bounce back with a pole and a win tonight. He'll be joined by, as I said, Owen Miles starting on the front row of the grid in the number 2. Probably needs to win this race to stay in it. Row 2, Roberto Crown Jr. has been doing a good job in qualifying recently. Hoping for more fortune in the race this time around. And Fisher G, the winner of last week at Darlington, got around Will Parrish on the last lap. And of course, teammate to Owen Miles as well at Buck Racing. Row 3, Logan Thomas and Jared Oren, 2 drivers already eliminated from championship contention. Kyle McLeese, same can be said for him in the 56. There is Braden Perez in the 92, starting from the 8th position. And then Joseph Wright there in the 99, starting from the 9th position. And Logan Williams running on top 10. So these two guys, 92, 99, will be ones we'll be watching throughout the race. And we'll get this show on the road. Cars will roll off here in a minute. There is Thomas Trucks on the 27. He's got a lot of work to do for this one. And see what he can do, if he can move his way through the field. There is the 12 of Eli Bright, who basically needs to win both the last races, as I have said. There's John Stewart in the 22. There's Paul Antoine Sierra, 69. There's our points leader, Dominic Anthony, 32nd on the grid. Echo Evans Ross from 30th. All these guys having got a lot of work to do. And then you've got Sam Adeo, 2nd in points coming into this race. Brandon Beal, 11th in points coming in this race. Brad Stover, who needs to win both races pretty much. He's starting from 21st. And then there's Henry Gore in the number 71, starting from 16th. And the 46 of Alejandro Cruz, starting from 12th. So those are the guys we'll keep an eye on throughout the race. And I'll try and do the maths in my head. It might get a bit complicated, but I'll see what I could do in this one. And the pace car is about to pull on a pit road, and there it goes. So here we go, 75 laps, about 100 miles in length. We're getting ready to go here at the Nashville Super Speedway. Penultimate race of the year. And there's the green flag. We are racing for the second last time in 2023. Turns 3 and 4. Roberto Crown Jr. on the inside of Will Parrish. Trying to find their way around the O2. Won't be able to do so yet. And Will Parrish leads the first lap of action. Might not be able to hold the lead for long as Roberto Crown Jr. dove it in pretty hard. They had Logan Thomas on the inside. 3 wide for the lead. And a bit of contact. A little bit of rubbing early on. That's not good on lap 2. It's not what you want to be doing. But Thomas making it 3 wide and making it work on the bottom. And the inside lane is definitely the place to be here in Nashville. Thomas crosses the line. He leads the second lap of action. Kyle McLeese on the move. We got 3 wide here. Owen Miles not in a place that he wants to be in the middle there in the 2. He's now got his teammate Fisher G trying to go to the inside. Trying to go for back-to-back wins here in the series. You got Joseph right up here as well in the 99. But right now, it is Logan Thomas leading the way. Kyle McLeese is 2nd. He got around Roberto Crown Jr. Got Crown's teammate in Noon Agbar up into the top 5, running in 4th, trying to get that outside lane to work. It can work every so often, but 90% of the time, I want to say the inside lane's the preferred lane. So able to hold on there for the time being. And then you got the 2 Advanced Auto Parts cars. Garrett Lamar diving to the inside here. He's 5th at the moment. You got Wright trying to get Miles trying to get past him. That's for 6th and 7th is Crown. Look to the inside of the 56. Wasn't able to do anything about it there. We'll hold station for the time being. But the top 3 have pulled away. As I said, it's a track that it can be hard to move your way through the field. It's not impossible, but it is pretty hard to do. So these guys off to a good start. And as long as they keep themselves clean could be in for a very, very good afternoon, good evening, whatever. So Lamar here getting around Noon Akbar up to 4th place, the Michigan winner. Akbar down to 5th. Miles and Joseph Wright still going at it. And now Miles to the inside here of the 53. And we got a caution on the racetrack. First one of the night. And Noah Clifton. Oh, that's a big crash. Kelly Lee. Whole right front's been torn out of the 26. You got Ricardo Garcia. You got Travis Crampton in the 41 with damage. Clifton with damage. Zachary Fitzwater in the 24. He was at the back. Max Davis involved as well in the 6. And I think that might have been it. Anthony at the back of the field here as well in the 39 along with Brandon Beal. Look at the damage on the 26. So first caution of the night. Now pit stops will be interesting. We'll see if anyone comes down here. You would think the cars, obviously the cars with damage will come down, but we'll see. Doesn't look like anybody's going to come down. I want to say it's a 1 pit stop race. It's going to be approximately lap 50 when we're going to have pit stops, I'd say. And everyone here is staying out. They're all just sorting themselves out back down the order. Looks like everybody's okay. It looks like the cars with damage are just going to come down. So that's alright. We'll take a look at what happened to trigger the caution. The first car I saw around was Noah Clifton in the 25 for Team Velocista. So let's find out what happened here. He is battling here with Thomas Troxell. You got Jake Rogers on the inside. You got James Stack in the middle. A little bit of contact there between the 25 and the 23 and the 9. And I think Rogers here is going to... Yeah, he's hooked the 25 and sends it back up the racetrack. Oh my goodness, how did Troxell get through that? Oh my goodness. How did Troxell get through that? Garcia, Brandon Beal got a piece of it. Fitzwater ran into the 25. Davis ran into all that. Anthony got a piece of it in the 39. He did not get through this unscathed. Our points leader, not good for him. There's a lot that happened in that. Davis ran into the 41. 41 got air. The 26 ran into somebody. The 33 got pieces of it as well. Beal was sideways. I don't know how Troxell got through that. He was so lucky there in the 27. That could have wiped out 3 Velocista cars all at once. I'll try and see. I'll try and analyze it here from a better angle. So there goes the 25. He goes up the racetrack. Just want to see how these guys get involved. So there's the 41. He runs in. He comes down into Garcia. That's how that happened. And then Beal gets turned. Fitzwater runs right into the driver's door of Clifton, and that's where Lee. So Lee hit Fitzwater, and then the 6 almost flips the 41 over. Got on his side, and Anthony he got a minor bit of it. I don't know if Evans Ross got a piece of that, but Anthony certainly did. Big blow. We'll take a look at that in real time, real quick. We'll go on board with Troxell because I want to see how close it really was. You'll see a better shot of it here. Because it'll be Rogers trying to make a hole where there probably really isn't one. There was a bit of contact with Stack as well. That didn't help. Woo! That was really close. He just barely, you could hear he had to get out of the gas a little bit. And that probably ended up saving him. And that could be big for Troxell. You never know. Not in a great spot at the moment, but it could be one that you come back to think of and later down the line as a big moment for him in the season. But for a lot of these guys involved, really with the exception of the 39 and the 37, a lot of these guys have had disappointing seasons. But for Anthony, how much damage will that affect the 39 and the 37? Particularly the 39 will be notable, seeing as he is the points leader. It's a big blow in the championship fight for him if he gets greatly affected by the damage. So we'll see what happens here on the restart. Everybody stayed out, so Logan Thomas will be the race leader. We'll go back to the restart right now. So Logan Thomas, the race leader. Kyle McLeese, Roberto Crown Jr., Garrett Lamar. I had a mind blank for some reason there. Garrett Lamar and Owen Miles, the top 5. Then you got Noon Akbar, Joseph Wright, Fisher G, Logan Williams, and Brad Stover. That's your top 10. So let's see here. So the 39 here will be at the back. So that's Anthony right now running in 36. So that's only worth 6 points. And so for Owen Miles, for example, get 59. That'd be enough. It would be enough. Yeah, so as of right now, well, hang on. I guess we've got to look at the 97 as well. Where is the 97? 97 is 18th. So, and at 26, that would not be enough because Sam Adio would take the championship lead. So it's not enough for Miles. For Joseph Wright, for example, you'd get 51. And that would be enough, I think. It'd be pretty close. I just realized I went to the wrong lap. My fault. Let's accelerate this. My fault. Good excuse to talk about the points though a little bit. Yeah, but that would be enough for Joseph Wright to get in. Yes, it would. It would. Yes, it would. So Joseph Wright would be in. It would not be enough for Owen Miles because of where Sam Adio is. Brad Stover is 10th. He needs to win. And with 4 cars out of the race, I actually think he's mathematically eliminated now with the 4 cars out. That's how tight it was for him. I think Eli Bright's teetering on the edge if he wins both races now. But there's Sam Adio. As I said, down in 18th. You've got Cruz in 14th. You've got Perez, who dropped down the order quite a bit. He's outside the top 20. He's 21st. He is a good run. Would he be enough? He'd be doing enough, yes. Yes, he would. Yes, he would. He'd be doing enough at the moment. Obviously, Gore would be doing enough. I don't think John Stewart would. It's all convoluted. I'm trying to do as much of it in my head as I possibly can, but it's all a lot going on. First restart of the night. Here we go. Green flag. We're underway once again. Good job for Logan Thomas. Pulled out a bit of a gap on McLeese, and Garrett Lamar's not wasting any time here in the 31. Trying to get up to third around Roberto Crown Jr. Into turn 3, and it looks like the 31 will get the 52, and now you've got Agbar, so teammates. It was a terrible race last time out for Hololive. They finished 39th, 41st, and 42nd, respectively, across their 3 cars, and right now they've got 2 in the top 5, so a much better performance. Although, having said that, Joseph Wright's on the move, because he just got around Owen Miles, and now he gets around Roberto Crown Jr., so Wright up into the 5th position in the 99. I think he'd be doing enough at the moment. There's Anthony. Looks like his speed is not greatly diminished. He's 34th. You got the 25. You got the 33 who have damage. So it looks like his speed's not greatly diminished. Same can be said for Beal, but he needs to be doing a lot more than 35th at the moment. Look down the order. There's Truxell. 29th. Crossed the line last time. Henrik was just dropped a spot. So he is 27th. You got Eli Bright back here as well. Evans Ross, of course, as well. There's John Stewart. He's 26th across the line. There's 92. Brent Perez falling back. That's not what he needs to be doing. He needs to be moving his way forward, obviously, if he wants to stay alive. You've got Sam Adio, who's moving his way forward here in the 97. What a year he's had. Even though he hasn't gone to victory lane, he's just been so consistent inside that top 10 races this year. And right now, looks like I think he's just outside the top 15 at the moment. Yes, he is. Although he did get around some medals, so he's in the top 15 at the moment. So, not sure how that would play out for Joseph Wright, for example. Owen Miles dropping back here. Same for Alejandro Cruz. They need to be... They desperately probably need to win. And certainly Miles needs to win. And he's falling back, losing a spot to Sam Adio. So not a good moment for the 2. Same was said for the 46. And Brad Stover, as I said, he's out of it now with the cars out of the race. Right now, Logan Thomas, he doesn't care. He does not care for the championship standard. He does not care at all because he is leading this race in the 45. It's not been a great year for the 45. He did finish second at Atlanta to Owen Miles, which was the high point of the year. He nearly won that too. He nearly got him on the last lap. Got him at the line. Just trying to find where he's the points. He's 28th in points coming into this race. So not a great year for him, but right now leading the race. Certainly vault him up the standings. Fisher G in the 28. Actually jumped 11 positions in points with that win last week. So that's how much a win actually means here at the moment. The top 4 trying to break away from Wright. But Wright's going to close in here as Noon Akbar ran up the track a little bit. Joseph Wright clearly the one at the moment out of the guys that we talked about. The 14 coming in, having the best run at the moment inside that top 5. And the 97, there is Sam Adio. He would take the championship lead. There's no doubt about that. Even though I think Anthony's actually on the move here. He's on the inside. He's getting around John Stewart in the 22. But the 97 would take the championship lead as they stand at the moment. Sam Adio trying to get around his teammate Benny Watson. In fact, he's going to lose the spot here to the 46. Actually, no, he's going to hold the spot. So 15th at the moment. Joseph Wright running in 5th. They're going for 4th here. So, what is that? That would be 28, 30. I think that's 32 points for Sam Adio. He's right now still running in the 15th spot. And Joseph Wright would get 59. So his margin, compared to the 97 is a bit better than, say, the 39. So the 99 would be in at the moment. Sam Adio's falling back on that outside lane. He lost a bunch of ground there. Rogers, Antoine Sierres moving his way forward to the 69. He needs to win. He's got back to the bottom underneath of Benny Watson, who's the only NS Racing driver. Ironically, the only one that's actually out of championship contention. He's been out of it for a long way. Of course, he won here at Nashville. It's his only win on the channel in that race. Season 5 of AKG Cup. Now, Francis on the inside of Sam Adio. You've got Gore here as well, the 71, and you've got Anthony closing in too. So, the Sam Adio, you don't want to be falling back too much early on here. Right now, he's down to 18th. And he's just dropped another spot here to 19th because the 21's got around him. So 19th, only 24 points. So, for Miles, Miles is outside the top 10, so I don't think it would matter anyway. But for Joseph Wright, this is really good news. And he got around Akbar, so the 99's up to 4th, so even more points. So, good run for him at the moment. Battle's on for 2nd here. Got Lamar closing in on the 56 of Kyle McLeese. These guys unable to really close in and try and do anything about this 45 at the moment. Tom's doing a good job out in front. Here goes the 99. Trying to go to the inside for 3rd. Trying to get more points here. Every position's critical, but especially when it comes to the top 10 positions because of the difference per position. It's approximately a 10-point difference between 1st and 2nd place. So it is a big deal here in the top 10 in particular. Run doing a good job. And Akbar, Crown, G here up to 7th. It's a shame about Brad Stover that he's been eliminated from contention with the 4 cars dropping out. That's how tight his margin for error was. But 2 wins, nothing to really complain about. Well, not much to complain about. Obviously, you want to be competing for the championship. You want to be winning the championship, but not that much to be complaining about, I suppose. With 2 wins, he's the only driver to do so. Oh, and Miles here outside the top 10. Same for for Alejandro Cruz Jr. right now, 13th. You got Antoine Cien, 15th. Where's the 39? So 39 is 24th. And that's only worth 18 points. Braden Perez has dropped behind him. So it's not been a good run for the 92. You got Troxel back here. You got John Stewart back here. Brandon Beal. Not a good run for these guys. Evans Ross at the moment not running in a great spot. So a lot of drivers struggling. Out of the drivers in that, out of that 14 driver, the 14 drivers that were still alive coming into this race, the only one, well, Brad Stover, he's eliminated. So let's just say 13 now. 13 drivers. And you could probably say Eli Bright. So let's just say 12. And the only one inside the top 10 is Joseph Wright here running in 4th. So he's doing a really good job in this 99. The top 4 have pulled away. There's Crown. Got Fisher G here in the 28 looking for back-to-back wins. He's looking quite speedy at the moment. He just got around Akbar. And now going to the inside of Roberto Crown Jr. So, 28. Haven't seen a huge amount of speed out of him this year, but doing a good job here. And I think he just got a little too low. If you do get too low, as is the case with a lot of tracks, you do struggle for grip. And he had to check up a little bit. Now he's under pressure because Stover look to the inside as he gets past Akbar. You've got James Jefferson here as well, so good for the Hololive cars that they're recovering well after that absolutely horrific race last time out. Joseph Wright's all over the back of Garrett Lamar. The 2 advanced auto parts entries. Only for 3rd and 4th, as you see Akbar and Jefferson going out of here for the bottom parts of the top 10 in 8th and 9th. You've got Schlaughter up here doing a good job as well. Miles trying to bounce his way back up to the front. Got to be a slow build here for the 2 as he trying to get around Logan Williams. Looks like he will. Although Williams is not going to give up. Of course, Logan Williams is a teammate to Dominic Anthony and Henrik War, so he's trying to do them a favour as well. Because of course he's well out of championship contention. The 7. Looks like Miles will get him. Rogers looks like he'll get him too. Joseph Wright has got around the 31. I missed that. But I just saw it on the time and just saw it on the timing monitor. So right now up to 3rd. And as of right now, with Samadeo in 19th, Gore 22nd, and Anthony 24th, he would be hanging around next week for the championship fight. We got a lot going on as Lamar gets around him, so even though he's just dropped another 5 points there with that, he should still be fine. And here we go for the lead. First, well, I did have a lead change on the 2nd lap of the race, so I'm just about to lie then. But McLeese trying to get to the inside here of the 45. Neither of these guys got a victory lane, looking to do so. First time this year. Lamar has in the 31. He won at Michigan. We're catching lap traffic too. That's Ricardo Garcia, who is maintaining minimum speed, but is off the pace, obviously, with the damaged race car. McLeese clears here off of turn 2. And on lap 30, we have ourselves a new leader. And it's Carl McLeese in the 56 for Monkey Racing, who are looking for their 2nd win of the year. Only one came with Alejandro Cruz at Chicagoland. So 56 out in front. This battle continues here between Lamar and Wright. And the 99 to the inside here. Looks like he'll get the 31. And so Wright back up to 3rd. So he's doing what he needs to here, the 99. Obviously a win would be ideal. That goes without saying. But the way the others are running, he's doing a good job and would right now be in. Unless something's changed here. I doubt it. Samadeo still 19th. Anthony still 24th. Gore is still 22nd. So nothing's really changed there. And of course, the other 2 guys. There's the 27 and there's the 92. So these 2 guys running 32nd and 34th respectively. And clearly that is not enough. And obviously Brandon Beal at the back as well. That is not enough. How about Will Parrish? He started on the pole. He's with these guys in 35th. Well, it's been a rough drop off for him in this one. Got Perez here on the inside of Jerry Chen. So a lot of work for him to do. John Stewart as well is back here. So it's just not a good night for these guys. Eli Bright's clearly not doing enough in the 12. Not like he's probably going to win it anyway, even if he does win this race. Evans Ross as well. There's Anthony, still 24th. Evans Ross 26th. There's War. Samadeo, Antoine Sierre at the moment. Not doing enough. Right now in 18th. Alejandro Cruz. 120 points coming in. He's trying to get past Owen Miles, who's not doing enough to make it through. The 46. Up now to 13th. And off the top of my head, that's worth 36. 36 versus 18, that's not enough. So as of right now, it looks to me like it'd just be the 99, particularly as he's up to 3rd again. He got around Lamar. We're catching lap traffic. Carlos Garcia getting out of the way. I think he may have held up Kyle McLeese just a little bit. Held him back. And now Thomas, under a lot of pressure, as now Wright might go to the inside here for 2nd place. To the 99. Side by side, but the outside lane prevails. Thomas gets it to work on the outside. He will remain in 2nd. Wright will remain in 3rd. The big loser actually is going to be Garrett Lamar, because he's going to lose a spot to Roberto Crown here. So Crown, looking to the inside of the 99. And Wright had to shuffle up the racetrack just a little bit just to make sure they did make contact. So battle on for third. And we've got a battle on for the lead as well as Thomas is close back in. And Wright's going to lose 2 spots here because he's lost one to Crown. He's going to lose one here to Lamar. And if he's not careful, he might lose one to Fisher G. And we got Logan Thomas going for the lead here. He's cleared Carl McLeish, so he takes it back off the 56. So Logan Thomas, 45's looking quite good here in this one. And yes, so Fisher G now up into the top 5, and he gets around Joseph Wright as well. So right down to 6th. You've got Stover, you've got Jefferson, Noonagba. Jake Rogers has been moving his way through the field. He was obviously involved in that first yellow, but he's been moving his way forward in the 9. And right now, inside the top 10. So good job from the veteran. And Thomas has lost the lead again as McLeish fought back. Missing all the lead changes, so apologies about that. But McLeish gets the lead back off Thomas, and now you've got Crown in the fight here. Fisher G wants back-to-back wins. He's going for 4th now underneath the 31. And I'm not sure where this has been for the 28 all year, but here he is again, so nicely done. Now he looks to the inside of Crown to the turn 1. Inside in turn 1. And then 2, it looks like he'll get him. So how about this from the 28? Remarkable bit of change in form for him as he's trying to get this inside lane to work. Although Crown's got the outside lane working. Side by side, and Crown's going to hold it on that outside. The outside through 3 and 4 is actually pretty good at times. But not in turns 1 and 2. That was close. There were the 3 cars all on top of each other there. That could have ended badly, but all keeping it together. Now G looking to the inside here of the 52. Into turn 3. And this time he may get him. So G up to 3rd now. In that 28, so we've got to keep him in mind for this win. Crown and Wright. So Wright's still 5th. Doing a good job. Samadeo's actually just fallen outside the top 20. He's 21st. Gwar 22nd. And Anthony's still 24th. So that's definitely more than enough still. I think. 59. Yeah, it would be enough. Here we go for the lead once again. He continues on here between the 45 and the 56. Please try to get that outside lane to work. And he will. For now. Because Thomas is back on the inside in turn 1. He's unable to hang it on that inside on the bottom. Crown getting around Fisher G. The 99 is falling back on the outside. James Jefferson now on the inside here. So I think he's down to 7th because Brad Stover got around him. And now Lamar's here. How about Akbar and Caleb Rose here in the 32? I haven't seen a lot of him in this race, but he's moved his way into the fight as well, just outside the top 10. Well, here we go. Might get 3 wide. Will not for the time being. I think Lamar backed down of it a little bit, but right down to 7th. So that's 51 points. I think would still be enough. 24th still for the 39, so we're doing a good job. There's Cruz. He's trying to get up here as well. He's in 12th at the moment, but not doing enough to hang around. We've got elite changes again. Logan Thomas got around Carl McLeish. Totally missed that one, of course. But he's pulled out quite a gap on the 56. So Thomas here in good position. Now we are closing in on pit stops. As I said, it's about approximately lap 50, I reckon. So that 2/3 through the race. So it didn't pit under the last caution. See how that comes into play. We've got another lap car. Noah Clifton here in the 25. You see the damage on the rear of that car. Brad Stowe is now in the top 5. Same can be said for James Jefferson. So you got two whole lap cars in the top 5. There's Wright, Akbar in 7. So all 3 of them in the top 7. And they're kind of spread out just a little bit. Allowed them to be caught up too by Alejandro Cruz here. Now he needs to get a move on if he wants to stick around because, you know, Anthony down in 24th. He's, you know, if he can win this race, It would be enough to get in. In fact, I reckon... Oh, God. What is it? 120 points behind coming in? Gets 18... So probably down to like third, fourth, maybe fourth or fifth even would be enough. No, it would be. It would be, I reckon, down to 7. So something like that might be enough for the 46. So he's got to get a move on. Jefferson on the inside here of the 29. And he's going to get up to third. So the 54's been doing a good job in this one. He's moved his way forward. Because he won at Las Vegas earlier in the year as well. So looking for a second win. Crown and Wright going at it. Wright still doing a good job in 6th. If 7th would be enough for Alejandro Cruz, well, 6 is definitely enough for Wright. Got Akbar here in 8th. Rogers 7th. And the G fell off. He was 3rd at one point, but now it's down to 9th. Lamar ringing out the top 10. You got Rose and Cruz going at it. Outside the top 10. Logan Williams trying to get in the fight here in the 7. He gets around Owen Miles. 31 down to the inside of the 28 for position. Logan Thomas dominating this race here in the 45. He obviously had to deal with that 56 for a while there, but he's pulling away. It's going to be more than half a second here across the line. In fact, 7/10. So pulled out a big gap. Of course, tyre wear is not a huge factor. It is a factor, but it's not a huge factor like we've seen at the last 2 tracks at Darlington and Rockingham the week prior. But it is still a factor, so we will see these guys pit at some point. Here comes the 25. They're going to catch up to him. Don't think Thomas will have any issues. Yeah, he doesn't. Lost a bit of time on that lap, but gets by the 25 without any dramas. Jefferson now pressuring the 56 here of McLeese for the 2nd position. As if the 54 could get by him quickly. We're on lap 50 now, so at that approximate marker, I put it anyway. Maybe we are going to go a bit longer. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Right, 6th. It's Rogers, Akbar, Caleb Rose rounding out the top 10 at the moment. Cruz has fallen back. You got Sebastian Palmer here in the 15. Chase Harris. Sam Francis. Good to see him running in a decent spot once again after finishing top 10 last week. There's the 97. So 97's kind of broken away. He's 19th. It's a big gap back to Gwar, who's 20th. Yeah, it's over a second across the line last time. And there's the 39. Right now, still in 24th. So he's just unable to make any progress. I don't know how much the damage is affecting that, but he has just been struggling to move his way forward. You got Evans Ross back there. There's the 27. There's the 92. Right now, we'll see what they are across the line. It'll be 31st and 32nd. Yep. And John Stewart 30th. So none of these guys would be in. Brandon Beal as well, for that matter. Way down the order as well. Oh, and 25 has pitted. So first signs of pit stops. With Clifton pitting in the 25. So they are around the corner. It's a matter of when the leaders pit. And then you've got to have a good, clean pit stop here. It's going to be so important in this one. Still close in just a little bit. They pulled away from Stover, who's doing a good job in 4th, but all for naught, unfortunately, for him. Cleese and Jefferson, they're not letting the 45 go. We've got 22 laps to go. And the 45, 56, 54, the Stover's not that far behind. You got Crown, Joseph Wright. Still doing a decent job. About 2 seconds off the lead, but doing enough as of right now to stay alive, at least I think. Sam Adeo's still 19th. Anthony's still 24th, so yes, he would. I think he'd be the only guy. 46 has dropped down to 17th. Oh, Mars 16th, so he would be the only guy. Along with Sam Adeo, Gwar, and Anthony. And how funny is that? You know, we're going to have 2 of the veteran teams, NS Racing and Gifford Technologies Incorporated, if all goes well and all kind of remains in the current way, the current order. Then the 99, the 97, and then you've got the 71, 39. 2 cars from 2 different stables, being for the championship in a couple of weeks' time at Homestead. Some level of irony is that. We've got 20 laps to go. These guys still haven't pitted yet. I'm surprised by that, as Crown has got around the 54. So Crown's now... Oh, sorry, not the 54. The 29, so he's right behind the 54. They're right behind the 54. Up to 4th. They're now going for 3rd here, trying to go to the inside here of the 54. Won't be able to do it. Thomas doing a good job. Stabilize that gap after it looked like the 45, sorry, the 56 and the 54, and those guys would close in. It's not what's happened. We may see an Auto Club style race, although we did see the 25 pit not too long ago, so it will happen at some point, surely. It's down the order. Lamar here on the inside of Akbar. The battle for 9th and 10th. Fisher G just outside the top 10. Palmer's doing a good job. Chase Harris. He looks relatively speedy, actually, moving his way forward as well. We've got the 21 back there. There's Miles and Cruz. Not looking good for them. Samadio in 19th. Now, in terms of the actual championship lead, Anthony is up to 23rd. So, you know, in terms of the actual championship lead, 24 points plays 19. Oh, here we go. So, pit stops. Here we go. Right on cue. So, we're literally just talking about, you know, at some point they've got to happen. And all the leaders have stayed out. So the first car to come down is Samuel Francis in the 21. The 97, 71, and 39 have all come down together. So has Evans Ross in the 62. James Jefferson got around Carl McLeese. And now McLeese is pitting. 29. Joseph Wright is pitting. So a big pit stop for the 99 crew in particular. Because right now they're in position. You got Rose, Fisher G, Chase Harris, Alejandro Cruz. Needs a good pit stop as well. The same for Antoine Sierre. A lot going on. We'll see when these guys pit. Thomas, you'd think wouldn't stay out too much longer. Here we go. 45, 54. Crown's going to stay out here in the 52. So is Jake Rogers. Oh, Akbar's off the track. Watch out, watch out! Oh, he's up into the 15 of Palmer in the wall. They're in the wall. The caution's out. Caution is out. Oh, my goodness. The 31. Look at the damage on the 15 of Palmer. His car is destroyed. Lamar went up. He was in the grass. He was in the grass. He overshot the pit road. And he went up and took out Paul Sebastian Palmer, who had nothing to do with it. And this changes... I think this changes everything. with 15 laps to go. And look at this. 92 stayed out. Brandon Beal stayed out. Thomas Troxel stayed out. Oh, and Cruz takes out Stephen Cologne and Ethan Lewis. As Cologne was trying to get on pit road and Cruz was coming off of it. Oh, it's all going on. It's all going on. It's all madness. And what does it do? What does it do for the 71, the 97, and the 39? All these guys that pitted, I think they're actually a lap down potentially. They're all sorting themselves out. This is a mess. The leader apparently is Roberto Crown Jr. in the 52. There's the 92. 37, 23. There's the 45. So Thomas did beat the 54 off a pit road. Where's the 52 at? Where's Roberto Crown Jr.? See, where are these guys? There's the 52. Okay, so they have retained the lead. So I think the 45 will be the leader here. And Cruz, whether you can see a bit of damage on the 46 after that collision. So the 45 is the race leader. Jefferson. Looks like Crown will be third. So you got the 3 Hololive cars. I think will end up 2, 3, 4. Good run for them. McLeese dropped a few spots. Miles is up here. This is a big moment for Owen Miles. In the 2, you've got Stover. You got Eli Bright. You got Braden Perez. Brandon Beal. I think these guys have all won out big time. And Joseph Wright's lost out big time. He's fallen behind the 92, the 12, and all them. There's a lot going on. We'll have to figure it all out in a minute. Let's actually take a look at what happened there. Because we got there kind of late. It was the 31 of Garrett Lamar. Where is the 31? I have to be up here somewhere. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, whatever. We'll just keep going. Alright, so 31. Where's the 31? There's the 31. So it's not this lap. I think it's, yeah, there you go. You see the damage on the right side. So he overshoots the pit road. We haven't seen that. No one's done that yet. But Lamar's the first. He's running in a decent spot. Obviously, has been running up here pretty much all day. And actually, it looks, to tell you the truth, I think he got a late call on the pit road. He definitely didn't overshoot it. I think he just got a late call. And just went too late. Goes in the grass, slides up the racetrack, and Sebastian Palmer had nowhere to go. He was a completely innocent victim in that one. A completely innocent victim in the 15, and the damage and the sideways on the racetrack, the caution's out, and it changes everything. You see these guys here, the 7, the 2. I think the 53, he moved up a number of spots as well. The 12. It's worked out beautifully for Eli Bright and Owen Miles in particular, and Perez and Troxel, and there is Perez. That was a big mistake from the 31 and the 31 crew. Just a bit too late making that decision on a pit road. Goes in the grass, there's no grip. And that was a hard hit too for Palmer. And lots of damage. I'm surprised he's able to drive that away. He got hit multiple times in the front end. And luckily no one else hit him. It was just the 2 cars. We were actually quite fortunate in a sense that we didn't have more cars involved. The damage on the 15. His race is over. You can tell by the smoke. Unless the damage. It's... Well, I guess the lead hasn't changed by the looks of it. I think Thomas is still the leader. So... Here we go. Looks like we got all the lap cars out of the way. I think the lights are off. Yes, they are. So, lights are off this time. We got Garcia. I think he's getting a lap back. I think he was a lap down. I think he was getting one of his lap backs. Laps back. So, Thomas is the leader. James Jefferson is second. Roberto Crown, Noon Agbar. So, whole life 2, 3, and 4. And then you've got McLeese 5th. Miles now up to 6th. Stover, Rogers, Logan Williams, Eli Bright now up to 10th, and you've got Perez up to 11th, Beal up to 12th, Wright has fallen to 14th, and Troxel is 16th. So there's a lot going on. So let's look through here. So all these guys are on the tail end of the lap. There's the 39. Right now he's 28th. John Stewart is 29th. So clearly that didn't save him. Enric Ward 26th, Sam Adio 25th. So they're all still around each other. Got Antoine Sierre back in there as well in the 69. He's 23rd. So I don't know what's going to happen here. But you got 11 laps to go. This race is nearly over. Feels like it's gone by pretty quickly. I guess it has. It's one of the shorter races compared to some of the ones we've had recently. But anyways, green flag. We're back underway. We'll try and figure it all out as it goes on. But Logan Thomas, all we know is that he's been the dominant car of the day, and he's leading the race here on the restart, as Brad Stover is not taking any prisoners. He's got nothing to lose now. Perez with a good restart in the 92. It's looking quite good for him after, he was outside the top 30 in the 92, so he could be set for Troxel. Bright falling back. It's not looking good for the 12. There's the 27 moving his way forward as well. Roberto Crown is losing out here in the 52 as Agbar has got around them. And now here comes James Jefferson. And Jefferson gets by easily on the inside. And Agbar's going to follow suit. Or is he? No, he falls back on that outside lane. Oh, sorry, the inside rather. Tom's got the outside lane working. And James Jefferson leads the race here in the 54. With Thomas second. Agbar trying to hold off Brad Stove. You got Rogers here in the top 5. And you got the 92 now moving his way forward. He's got around McLeese. So he's had an excellent restart. Looking quite good for him here after it looked like he was all but over. You see the look at the damage on the 9 of Rogers. He hit the wall somewhere. I'm not sure what happened there. He may have, I don't know, maybe happened on pit road, but he's now going to the inside of 53. It's not affecting him in any shape or form. So Rogers up to 3rd. Perez on that inside trying to go to 5th as Agbar slides way up the racetrack. Now cuts off Stover a little bit. You got Miles still up here in the 2. If results go his way, he wins this race, he'd be still in it. Same can be said for Beal. But they've got a lot of work to do because there's only 8 laps to go. And right now, it looks like the James Jefferson Logan Thomas show. They're pulling away from Rogers, now up to 3rd. And how about Perez? Up to 4th. What a performance from the 92 on this restart after he's restarted outside the top 10. Doing a nice job. They're 3 wide. Here comes the 37 now. Beal desperate to try and stay alive. He's 3 wide on the inside. And his Stover's going to get cleared by Miles. And now here comes the 92. Perez up to 3rd. He gets around Rogers. You got Crown and Agbar going at it. There's a lot going on. There's Beal. Now to the inside of the 53 now. To trying to get up into, I think that's 6th. He can't quite get it to work. There's Troxel. He's on the outside at the moment. Crossing the line. Not sure where he is right now. I think he's behind. He's 14th. He's just lost 2 spots. So he's 16th. There's Samadillo in the 97. He's now on the outside. Joseph Wright has fallen back in a big way as well. You've got Guar and Anthony still back here. Go back to the front. It's still Jefferson and Thomas. You got Perez closing in as well. Jefferson here looking good for the win. We got 5 laps to go. Looking for his 2nd win of the season. One in Las Vegas earlier in the year. Perez is on the charge. Here he goes to the inside of the 45. And he's inside of him. And looks like they've got to be side by side down the back. Can he hang with him here into turn 3? That's the question. But he's definitely done enough because the 39 and company are struggling. So the 92's in. No doubt about that. It's a matter about everybody else. Troxel back on the inside of the 27. Trying to move his way forward. Right now, across the line, he's 16th still, I think, so a lot of work for him to do. There's Perez, he's got around Thomas. So Perez up to 2nd place. That's definitely more than enough in that 92. Jefferson in the 3. You got all 3 of the Hololive cars in the top 5 at the moment. What a rebound for them after that race last week. Where did James Stack come from in the 23? How the hell did he get to 6th? I don't know, but we got 3 laps to go. Thomas now pressuring Perez once again. Trying to get back to the inside here. A good run for the 92. He's not out of the contention here. None of these guys, I reckon, probably, there's going to be one of these guys by the looks of it. Whoa, the 92 drives it in really hard into turn 3. Wow, he was last in late breakers into turn 3 there. He wanted to get to the inside of Jefferson. It shocked the 54, I think. We got 2 laps to go. Oh, the 92's there on the inside. They're going to be side by side down the back. Side by side down the back. He's got the inside for 3. Can Jefferson hold it on that outside lane? He's got the inside. Perez got the inside. He's got to clear him off for turn number 4. Braden Perez is going to come down and take the white flag. How about this? He was outside the top 30 with I think it's like 20 laps to go or something, and now he leads the race on the white flag lap. And Jefferson's going to be too far back. Thomas may go to the inside, I don't know. Will he go to the inside? No, he will not. How about it? Braden Perez. He looked dead and buried. He's going to come back thanks to a bit of luck and pit stops. And Braden Perez, 2nd win of the year. He wins at Nashville. And will fight for the championship in 2 weeks' time at Homestead. Wow. I don't know. That was remarkable. How did he do that? What a restart for the 92. He restarted 11th. And he wins the race. James Jefferson didn't even finish 2nd. He lost out to Thomas. Thomas got him at the line. But a great day for Hololive. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Crown 4th. And Agbar 5th. And in terms of the guys behind, so Miles finished 6th. What's that? Miles? Oh boy. We've got to figure this out. So Miles with 55 points today. That probably, that won't cut it. So Miles did not do enough there to stay alive. Brandon Beal 8th. He might be still alive, actually, Brandon Beal. I'm not sure. We'll see where the others ended up. So Eli Bright 14th, that's not enough. Troxel 16th. Nicholas Samadeo 21st. Joseph Wright fell back to 24th. John Stewart 23rd. So those guys are out. 22 in the 99. Henry Gore 28th. Echo Evans Ross 29th. And Dominic Anthony 30th. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and then the rest of the field, you see all the guys. Alejandro Cruz out of the race, so he's actually, I think he's actually DNF from all that. And Ethan Lewis as well. So those two guys with the damage must have put that caution. That pit road incident, or coming off a pit road, coming onto pit road, actually ended up out of the race. Didn't realise that, but yeah, down. It looks like 8 cars out of the race. So, and in terms of the points, so Perez is definitely in. There's no doubt about that. In fact, I'm going to do the points right now because I can do that. So Perez gets he gets 85. So he's in. So Braden Perez, there's no doubt about it. 92's in. Owen Miles finished 6th. So he gets 55. I'm just doing this without laps led. I'm not sure what the laps led count looks like. But he didn't lead any laps. Brandon Beal finished 8th. So he gets 48. I don't think Beal got it in. We know that Cruz is out. Let's see here. So we know Stover's out. Well, what else are we looking at here? So Troxel 16th. That's 30 points in that one. And then you've got... Well, Bright's out. We know that. So I'm not even going to bother with him because he's out. Same with Stover. 69. Where did Antoine Sierra end up? Oh, he ended up 25th. I totally missed that. He ended up 25th. So Samadeo 21st. So he gained a lot of points on Anthony. But Anthony will hold the points lead. Anthony leads by 3 points. So Dominic Anthony will lead the championship by 3 points. Gore is going to close in a little bit as well. Not by much. He only gained 14 points. Everyone else, Joseph Wright will be out of it. He ended up 24th after all of that. Yeah, he's out of it. Evans Ross is out of it. John Stewart ended up, so I think the rest of these guys we know. Yeah, so the rest of these guys ended up out. So I'll just quickly, I just want to see here as well. So I'm just going to show all the points because why not? So Stover ended up 45 points because he ended up 10th. No, he ended up 42 points, my fault. And then Bright, so that's definitely not enough. Bright got 34, so that's not enough. And of course Alejandro Cruz ended up out of the race in 35th, so it's definitely not. But let me just bring up the points because I'll show you what it looks like. So Braden Perez is in. Thomas Troxel is in. In fact, Perez is now 3rd in points. 19 points behind. A lot going on here. Let me just move out of this. Here we go. So there's your points. Right here. This is what you're looking at. And obviously we haven't done the points for everyone 15th on down because they're already mathematically eliminated. But that's what it looks like. So it will be Anthony. It'll be Samadeo. Anthony by 3 points over Samadeo going into the last race of the year. And then Braden Perez, he was 92 points behind coming into this race. He now leaves 19 points behind. It's a remarkable turnaround, particularly after he was outside the top 30. He was outside the top 30 with 20 to go. And he won the race and he's 19 points behind. Gore's 42 and Troxel. Brandon Beal fell 5 points short of that. So Beal is out. Miles is out. Joseph Wright, who I thought was going to make it for so much of that race, he's dropped a couple spots in points. What a shame for the 99. You've got Stewart, Evans, Ross, Antoine Sierra, Cruz, Stover, Bright. So there you go. These are the 5. I'm kind of not surprised by that in the end. That's that it has ended up with these 5, but I can't believe it. Troxel and Perez were outside the top 30. And Brandon Beal finished 8th. He did a great job. He got lucky with the pit stops too. But, you know, like the 27 and the 92 were outside the top 30, and yet they lived to fight another day. That is remarkable. Remarkable stuff. I can't believe it. So, we'll go through I'll go figure out the rest of the points later. It's not like it matters too much anyway. But you got our 5 championship contenders next time out, and that's going to be... It'll be fun to watch 2 weeks' time at Homestead. It'll be Friday night. What's the date today? So it'll be 25th of August. Friday night. It'll be actually the 26th for me. And that's when we'll be doing the season finale at Homestead. Homestead's a fun track. Homestead's a really fun track. It should be the finale in the Cup Series, but whatever. And we'll have 5 drivers in it. And Brain Perez is now a genuine, like a serious threat after he was 92 points behind coming in. Oh, God. How much did he gain? He would have gained 73 points. 73 points in a race. So, Troxel, 72 points behind. Not likely, but Perez just gained 73 points, so it's not impossible. Wow, what a race. Congratulations to Brain Perez. Pacific Racing, that's their 4th win of the year. No one else has more than 2, so they've been doing a really good job there. Evans Ross didn't have a great run too. Perez finished 12th. So, yeah, 4th win of the year for those guys. 2nd for Perez, and that does it for Homestead. Oh, sorry, for Homestead, God. Nashville. Next race is Homestead. 2 weeks, 25th of August. It'll be 8 p.m. Eastern. And everything's going to happen at that point. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching. We'll see everybody in 2 weeks at Homestead. Congratulations to Brandon Perez. And we'll see everybody later for that race, which will be quite fun. Looking forward to it.